Sign once you're awake. Xiao Yuhan. Why are you here? This is my home. And yours. My home. No, I just had drinks with my buddies last night. Gu Ranran dropped me off at the dorm. Gu Ranran? Ye Xuan, you're still using him to disgust me even today? Disgust you? How? My relationship with Gu Ranran is none of your business. To stall the divorce. You're even pulling that fake amnesia stunt? Divorce? Who's married? I'm a junior. 21. Who gets divorced at 21? Ye Xuan, 3 tardies. Deduct conduct points. Xiao Yu, can't you go a day without nailing me? And I wouldn't see you if you didn't screw up every day. Wait, isn't she the one from college? The female devil of the student council who always caught me being late? How could I have married her? And be getting divorced? Xiao Yuhan, are you still holding a grudge over college? Are you messing with me on purpose? Ye Xuan, that was 8 years ago. 8 years ago. This is. Otherwise, we got married. Married 6 years. Now we're about to divorce. First Municipal Hospital recommends. The patient undergo neurological re-examination ASAP. 2033. 8 years later. I wake up from a nap. And jump straight to 8 years later. I've been married to my arch-rival for 6 years. Now she wants a divorce. Whose child is this? Ye Xuan, you don't even recognize your own daughter? You may not remember your daughter, but that doesn't mean what Lele and I went through never happened. Get out. I don't want to fight with you like this. Huh? Not only am I married, but I live in this huge villa. What the hell did I do in these 8 years? Daddy, I didn't mean to dirty the floor. Please don't be mad. You called me. Daddy? Daddy, you're not going to throw things today, are you? My own daughter is this scared of me. In these 8 years. Just how badly did I destroy this family? That line, you're not going to throw things today. What does that mean? Did I used to throw tantrums and break things at home? Daddy won't throw anything. Daddy will stay back. You talk to Daddy when you feel safe. Lele, are you okay? She's fine, but the water spilled. It's okay, Aunt Lee. Aunt Lee, take Lele to change clothes. Get her ready for kindergarten. Okay. Mom, Lele. Come with Grandma Lee. Yuhan, I didn't lose my temper just now. And what I said in the room is true. My memory really is messed up. I don't know why I became like this over the past 8 years. Ye Xuan, the harm you've done to this family can't be wiped away with a simple, I don't remember. I know. But at least I need to know what I actually did. If you want to know, see for yourself. Your phone. Your chat logs. Your bank transfers. They'll tell you more than I ever could. If you don't have any issues with the divorce agreement, sign it and leave it on the table. Shalog. Bank transfers. What a mess I've left behind in 8 years. If he ever smiled like that before, then I must have scared him into becoming this. Xuan, that car I liked last time, I'm still a bit short on the down payment. Thanks, Xuan. I knew you'd always have my back. Oh, and Brother Yuhui said that project has huge potential. Excellent returns. How's your decision coming along? Company funds are tight. I'll take another look. Just sign this agreement. And Shun Yuhui promises to give your company the best resources. Don't you trust me? This 5 million yuan project contract, I worked hard to get it for you. Frequent demand for large sums of money, and letting Gu Ranran meddle in company project decisions. How stupid was I back then? No wonder Xiao Yuhan wants a divorce. No wonder Lele is afraid of me. Looks like you've finally started checking the accounts. Too bad it's already too late. Someone knows I'm auditing the books. That means behind these 8 years of bad debts, there's more than just Gu Ranran. Who sent that anonymous text? Good morning, President Ye. Ha, President Ye. Why are you here so early today? Aren't you usually MIA for 10 days or half a month? He looks upset. Probably in a bad mood today. Let's keep quiet. Just do our work. You've seen what he's like when he loses his temper. Even the employees are on guard against me. How many messes did I leave in 8 years? Jinping asked the CFO to come to my office. Bring all recent financial statements and the payroll arrears list. Yes, President Yi. President Yi, you wanted to see me? Zhang Lei, give it to me straight. What's the company's real financial situation right now? President Yi, it's very bad. Here are the latest balance sheet and employee payroll. Currently, the company's liquid funds are below 800,000 yuan. But next month, the employee salaries we need to pay have a shortfall of 1.2 million yuan. Also, rent and payments owed to several suppliers total about 800,000 yuan. The most critical issue is the VM agreement with Eternal Capital that you insisted on signing. Their targets are extremely strict. If we can't meet them soon, per the penalty clause, the company will face 3 million yuan in damages. So what's our total risk exposure now? Salary arrears plus that 3 million penalty risk. The company's total risk exposure is nearly 5 million yuan. If we don't handle it well, the funding chain could snap at any moment. That Eternal Capital project from Gu Ranran. What a trap. Director Zhang, I've got it. From now on, preserve all original contracts. I want a full audit of payment records and stamp approvals. Effective today, any company fund disbursement requires dual approval from you and me. Dual sign-off. No money can be moved without my consent. Understood, President Yi. I'll get on it right away. Gu Ranran, how did you become like this? But now's not the time to lose my temper. Xian, are you free tonight? I want to talk to you in person. About that new upscale restaurant project. Can we meet tonight? Sure. See you tonight. Xian, you're here. Have a seat. On the phone, you said there was a new project to discuss. This is the new high-end restaurant I'm setting up. CBD location, estimated to recoup costs in a year. Once it opens, I'll leave all the marketing to you. This stable business from the company can also help you out. The layout is pretty. All concept art and optimistic revenue forecasts. But the actual financials are very vague. The real budget is seriously inflated. How much initial investment is needed? About 5 million. Since it's a business project, let's talk by the rules. I'll ask just 3 questions. Go ahead. You said the location is in the city center CBD. So where's the property lease contract? Do you have a letter of intent from the landlord? Because the funds aren't fully in place yet. The landlord hasn't signed a paper contract for now. Second, what's the basis for that 5 million budget? Hardware, soft furnishings, equipment procurement, and initial operating costs. Where's the detailed list? Xian, this is just a preliminary business plan. The specific details, I can have the team send another copy later. Third, setting aside this new project, I checked my personal bank statements. Over the past 2 years, I've transferred over 6 million yuan to you. I want to know what that 6 million was used for. Xian, is it work stress today? Too much pressure? It's okay. Once this project takes off, you'll have enough confidence. Just leave Xiao Yuhan. Once the paperwork is done, his connections and business resources will be ours too. By then, forget 5 million. Our business will be even bigger. So my past self was blinded by such hypocritical interests and scheming. Gu Ranran, this is between me and my wife. You have no say in it. I'll pay for this meal. If you can provide the use of that 6 million, you can send me the bill. Xian, wait. About that 6 million, I didn't mean to hide it from you. A while ago, my grandma was diagnosed with a serious illness. ICU. Several major surgeries drained all the money. I was afraid you'd be distracted from work, so I didn't dare tell you. 6 million is no small amount. If it was really used for treatment, please send the medical bills from these 2 years and the specific use of funds to my lawyer for verification. A lawyer? Huh. Do we not even have this much trust between us? You're even sending people to check on my grandma's life-saving money? since you refuse to provide it, then we have nothing to discuss. Xiao confirmed it. After work, President Yi went to the upscale downtown restaurant to meet. Gu Ranran swore this morning at home that his memory was faulty and he wanted to sort everything out. But at night, he went to see her anyway. Luna, go to that restaurant. Xiao, should we confront him? Just to confirm in person. If he still plans to continue this affair, then the family line must be drawn. Crap, left phone in room. Yuan, why are you here? Came to see you. Still sticking to your choice. Is Miss Gu still upstairs? Yes, just finished with her. Left my phone in the room. Going back for it. Perfect, I have a few words too. Need to confirm with Gu in person. Up together. Chow, what a coincidence. You dining here too? Miss Gu. Please don't touch Ye's personal items. To protect important chat records from deletion. Miss Gu, to avoid future disputes, I will record this entire conversation. One question. Did you know Ye Xuan has a wife and daughter? Chow, I don't understand. I only dated Xian. Miss Gu, answer the question. So what if I know? Xian promised me long ago that he would divorce you. Ye Xuan, he said that? Now I want to hear your answer. I admit. The past chat records and transfers do exist. That was the past. I was wrong. But from today, all non-work contact will stop. Lawyers will handle disputes. Xian, do you know what you're saying? Since Ye Xuan has stated his position, Miss Gu, this is a joint marital property verification notice. Involving Ye Xuan. All past transfers to you that are marital property. Lawyers will review legally. Miss Gu, our legal team will formally contact you later. To avoid unnecessary legal liability, please cooperate in explaining the previous use of funds. Ye Xuan, do you really think cutting me off will get your company's 5 million back? Xian, don't forget. Back then for me. You said yourself. You'd even give up your wife and child. Now in front of her. You're pretending to be a good guy? I was wrong in the past. I'll face my responsibilities, but I made clear. From today, all contact goes through lawyers. Turn off the recording. Gu Ranran, calm down. Don't make a scene here. You are being decisive today, but you suddenly change your attitude. Not only rejected him, but also willing to cooperate with lawyers on property checks. Are you trying to get money from me again? To fill that 5 million debt hole? You can continue not to believe. I won't ask you to trust the company now either. I'll find a way to solve the trouble myself. Luna, let's go. Chow, did you sprain your ankle when entering? Stepped on debris? The sprain hurting again? Let me take you to the hospital to check your foot. No need, Luna can accompany me. Now I have no right to ask her to rely on me. Okay, I'll follow behind your car to ensure you get to the hospital safely. Nothing serious. Just a mild sprain from stepping on scattered debris. No bone damage. Thank you, doctor. Rest well when you get home. Cold compress for the first 2 days. Then warm compress. Minimize walking. Would you let me help you? He cut ties with Gu Ranran so decisively tonight. Indeed surprised me. You are different today. But I also said, I still can't believe it. I don't remember these 8 years. But I know an apology doesn't earn forgiveness. I'll just do what I need to do. If you truly are, as you say, only remember being 21 and a junior, then how did Lele come about, right? In my memory, I'm still a junior. How could there suddenly be a 5-year-old girl? What exactly happened 8 years ago? Although in these 8 years, I have brought so much harm to you all, even to the point where you have to be on guard against me. Then why hasn't this marriage ended? Because of Lele. These years. Because of your frequent temper tantrums and throwing things at home, Lele developed very serious anxiety symptoms. The doctor advised, for a child with extreme insecurity, suddenly changing the family structure might make him even more fearful and uneasy. Also, your parents privately approached me. They are not in good health. They begged me earnestly, hoping I could give you another chance for the child's sake. So this family still exists. All because he's been holding on for his daughter and parents. But that doesn't mean I'll always tolerate it. Actually, in recent years, I've been having lawyers collect evidence of your asset transfers and marital misconduct. I was originally ready to formally file for divorce. So tonight, your change. I did not promise to forgive you. Once Leilei's psychological state stabilizes, I still might divorce. I understand. Those past mistakes. Since I caused them, I must bear them. Whatever decision you make, I will accept. He accepted it so calmly. Mom, are you two fighting again? Maybe me staying in this room. Is itself a pressure on Leilei? Leilei, don't be afraid. Daddy and Mommy are not fighting. Just talking. Daddy will go out first. You stay with Mom. Mom, Dad, you really didn't lose your temper just now? Will he break things again today? No, Dad wasn't angry just now, and we didn't fight. Leilei, don't be scared. Mommy's here with you. I owe them more than just an apology. I need real action. My main task now is to clean up the mess left behind these 8 years. Ye Xuan, your little stunt at the restaurant last night made me lose face in front of my friends, and you ruined my dress. Scared me. You have to compensate me for last night's damages. Fine, if we're talking about damages, let's settle it face to face. Didn't you say your grandmother is in the hospital? Let's meet at the hospital. Good, you're sensible. See you downstairs at the first municipal hospital inpatient building. Lawyer Zhang, ready? Let's go. Xian, who is this? This is my lawyer. Attorney Zhang. I'm here today to formally deliver 2 documents to you. Hello, Miss Gu. This is a cease and desist notice, formally served to you on behalf of Mr. Yi, along with a property audit notice. From today onward, please stop harassing Mr. Ye's family. Regarding the large sums Mr. Yi transferred to you, we will initiate an audit per legal procedure. Audit? Ye Xuan, what do you mean? That money was all given to me willingly. It was a gift. Since it was given to me, why should it be investigated? Miss Gu, regarding large fund transfers, whether they're unconditional gifts, conditional loans, or possibly infringement on marital property, cannot be determined by your claim of voluntary gift alone. It requires judgment based on relevant evidence. If you insist it's a gift, please provide proof of lawful use in subsequent proceedings. Fine, you want evidence? Let me show you what voluntary sounds like. Money is no object. As long as you help me land the Eternal Capital project, I'll give you whatever you want. See how you investigate Eternal Capital now. So Gu Ranran used this project as leverage. Shin Yuhui, this is no simple matter. With this recording, let's see how you can still trace where the money went. Gu Ranran, thank you for providing that recording. This recording exactly proves that this money wasn't a simple, personal, unconditional gift, but an exchange of benefits directly tied to a business project. Miss Gu, since business interests are involved, the use of the funds must be legally verified. According to preliminary investigation, over the past 2 years, Mr. Yi transferred more than 6 million yuan to you. You previously claimed it was for your grandmother's serious illness, but we found that a large portion of the funds was used to pay the down payment on properties and vehicles in your name. Do you acknowledge this use of funds? That's because Xian saw how hard I was working and gave it to me willingly. That's a gift. Even if you claim this part is a gift, we also found that after some funds entered your account, they quickly flowed to Eternal Capital's related accounts. Additionally, there are 2 large expenditures on the books, with no legitimate explanation. This shows it goes beyond personal gifting. Miss Gu, please explain the specific use of these 2 sums. Those 2 sums? I spent them. That's my personal privacy. Xian, why must you be so precise with me? You promised before that you'd divorce Xiao Yuhan. Xiao Yuhan is so rich. Once you divorce, you can definitely get half her property, right? Then you get tens of millions. Not only could you pay off the company's debts, but we could also live a good life. Gu Ranran, my wife's property and mine are none of your business. Attorney Zhang, let's stop here for today. We've saved the relevant calls and documents. If she can't provide proof of lawful use later, proceed directly with legal action. Yes, Mr. Yi. He's really going to take legal action? What do I do? Oh, Brother Yuhui. Hello. What's up? Brother Yuhui, we're in trouble. Ye Xuan came with a lawyer to see me today. Why? He started auditing the accounts. Not only has he stopped sending me money, but he checked the down payments on my house and car, and even found funds flowing to Eternal Capital. Worst of all, the lawyer kept asking about those two unexplained large sums. Brother Yuhui, what if he follows the clues and finds out about the setup to trick him out of that 5 million? Ye Xuan is auditing accounts? Don't worry about him. Let him check. His company's accounts are empty. He can't even pay next month's salaries. As long as that 5 million bet agreements default period arrives, his crappy company will be liquidated completely. A clay Buddha crossing the river. He can't even save himself. How can he investigate us? Attorney Zhang, thank you for your trouble. The fund tracing for Gu Ranran and the Eternal Capital bet agreement are fully in your hands. Yes, Mr. Yi. I'll provide legal opinions as soon as possible and follow up on the lawful recovery process. The company's mess and Gu Ranran's entanglements. The lawyer will handle that. But my urgent priority now is to figure out, in these 8 blank years, what I actually did to my family. What do you want? If it's still about borrowing money for that woman's project, I suggest you hang up now. Sister, I'm sorry. I was a jerk before. I'm calling today, not to borrow money. I just went with a lawyer to confront Gu Ranran. From now on, all disputes with her will go through legal channels. Finally willing to cut ties? Ye Xuan, wanting to change is the first step. But I've said it before. If you do wrong, you have to take responsibility. Don't use your so-called amnesia as an excuse to hide. I know I don't remember, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. As long as I caused the harm, I'll take responsibility. Sister, I'm calling today to ask you to recommend a reliable marriage lawyer and a good neurology hospital. I want to get a full medical checkup. Also, I want to ask, how have I treated the family all these years? Why don't I even have Mom and Dad's contact info on my phone, and you have the nerve to ask? All these years for that crappy company, you never came home. When you did, you'd yell at Yuhan over some lousy project. You even took it out on the child. Lele is so scared of you now. That's all you're doing. What about Mom and Dad? A year ago, to get resources for Gu Ranran, you insisted on signing a high-risk contract. Mom and Dad strongly opposed it. Not only did you not listen, you had a huge fight with them and unilaterally cut ties with the family. I cut ties with Mom and Dad. Not only that, to fill your company's debt hole, you even secretly sold the heirloom bracelet Yuhan's grandmother left her. That's the thing that made Mom and Dad completely give up on you. I not only cut ties with my parents, but I even sold Yuhan's heirloom bracelet. No wonder, no wonder. Yuhan looks at me with such deep wariness. This scarf is nice. Matches Yuhan's usual style. Since you don't know what to give, pick something practical and ordinary. Don't buy those flashy things that cost hundreds of thousands. This is good, but something still feels missing. It's like, as if I'm just completing a gift-buying task. Ye Xuan, if you think that way, it shows you've really changed. Yuhan, what she lacked most these 8 years was never money. What she needs isn't how expensive the gift is, but whether you remember what she truly values. Your biggest problem in the past few years was always trying to solve family conflicts with money. Using money to replace what you should give. Companionship, the truly important thing. Sis, I remember back in college. He had a designed manuscript he always carried. I used to complain it took up space and threw it into an old box in the villa garage. I want to find it, get it repaired, and give it to him. Go ahead. That's better than buying anything. So you're still here. Sir, this manuscript means a lot to my wife. Please help me rebind it. Clean the pages. Try to keep its original look. The paper is brittle. Restoration requires fine handwork. Come pick it up in 2 days. No problem, as long as it's fixed. Hello, sir. This set of picture books is 128 yuan. Okay. Over 200 bucks, and I'm a company boss. Current account is almost empty. So, these years, I not only blew the company's working capital, but also drained my own savings. The 1 million from selling my wife's heirloom, actually, was immediately dumped into that eternal capital pit. Lele, Daddy's back. Hey, only. Has Lele had dinner? Lele might have been nervous at kindergarten today. She's been saying she has no appetite. She barely ate dinner. I brought a small piece of cake. The ingredients are pretty clean. Since she didn't have dinner, is it okay to give her a little something now? It's fine, sir. A little won't hurt. Lele, Grandma said, you didn't have dinner. Daddy brought a small cake. If you're hungry, you can come eat it. If you don't want it, just leave it here. Daddy won't force you. Ah, Daddy. Where should this go? Daddy will help you find a spot. This is the first time in years Lele has actively approached Ye Xuan. Look, its color is like this leaf. Try putting it here. Off work? Lele, it's getting late. Time to go brush your teeth with Grandma Lee. You not only didn't go to the company today, but also took the trouble to buy Lele a gift and sat with her so long. You suddenly became so patient. Are you trying to ask me for something? Why show me this? You've been so restrained at home these days. Is it because the company's cash chain is broken, trying to get me to inject capital this way? This is Xianjing Media's latest real financial statement. And my personal account transaction records. You can look. But you don't need to fill the company's hole for me. The debt's from my wrong decisions. I'll figure out a way to solve them. This is what I picked up from the used bookstore today. The letter is a brief apology for the past. No conditions for getting back together. This is my truest design manuscript from college. It records my original dreams. But the angry Ye Xuan complained it took up space, and roughly threw it into a garage box. I'll keep the manuscript. But that doesn't mean the past is erased. I understand. Tomorrow I want to see Mom and Dad. Do you know they've moved? Moved? Where did they go? Why don't I know anything? A year ago, for that project Gu Ran introduced, you had a huge fight with Mom and Dad, and even unilaterally cut off ties with the family. Since then, you never asked about them again. Not only did I bankrupt the company, not only sold my wife's heirloom, I even disowned my own parents. These 8 years. What kind of bastard did I become? Yuhan, this is too abnormal. Even if a person changes completely, they wouldn't abandon their parents. I want to get a full medical checkup at the hospital. I want to know if something is really wrong with my brain that caused me to lose these 8 years of memory. Can you come with me as a family member? Just objectively provide my medical history. From the imaging results, Mr. Ye's brain shows no obvious new organic pathology, but combined with the scale results and Ms. Chiao's history, clinically, we preliminarily judge there may be post-traumatic retrograde amnesia. Doctor, his cognition has returned to college days. Is that normal? This is the brain under huge stress, activating self-defense, blocking the last 8 years of memory, retreating to the safe age of 21 in his subconscious. But I must remind you, amnesia can't erase. The harm from his past actions has been done. Family should be prepared mentally. Yuhan, you heard the doctor. I'm not a different person. I just lost my memory. But this body is me. Those decisions were also made by me, so the past debts are still on me. The harm I caused this family, I won't avoid any of the responsibility. Since you're willing to take responsibility, how do you plan to handle the company's trouble? Mr. Yi, wait a moment. I just checked the historical records in the system and found that 8 years ago, you had a related medical visit record. 8 years ago, did you have a serious incident? A serious accident? 8 years ago, I have no memory of it. Doctor, what exactly does the record say? This is an electronic ER archive summary. It shows 8 years ago you had external trauma, causing brief confusion and memory disturbance. You were observed in the ER, but since no follow-up records, we lack detailed cause. 8 years ago, we were about to graduate, although we were together. I was preparing for my graduation project, often locked in the studio. I only remember you weren't doing well for a while. Said something happened at home. Took a few days off. But you never mentioned what. Too much time has passed. Electronic records are incomplete. If you want to clarify, you may need to go to the relevant department to retrieve paper records. Mr. Yi, please rest well recently and come for follow-up on time. Thank you, doctor. Seems these 8 years, not just the company's bad debts, but many things I must find out. Since the body is fine, I have a morning meeting at the company. I'll go first. You'd better. First, handle your company's 5 million default crisis. Okay, you go ahead. Jinping, I need you to help me organize some documents immediately. Remember, all investigations must be through legal, compliant public channels and within company internal authority. Don't touch any private privacy or illegally obtain medical records. Okay, see you. What exactly do you need the documents for? First, print all my personal bank transaction records. Second, organize all major project contracts signed by the company in the past 2 years. Third, through public business information system, trace and verify the company that signed a 5 million default project with us. Equity structure. Finally, go to finance. Get Gu Ranran's past records under cooperation or reimbursement. All documents and vouchers voluntarily provided to the company. Make a copy. Yes, Mr. Yi. I'll do it right away. Mr. Yi, through your transfer records, and comparing with Miss Gu's down payment receipts for the car and house, the timelines match perfectly. Within 2 days after your large transfers, she made the down payment. Also, regarding that 5 million penalty contract, the other company used an obscure name. But after corporate equity tracing, the actual controller clearly points to Shun Yuhui of Eternal Capital. Gu Ranran and Shun Yuhui were setting up scheme, bleeding the company dry together. And when reviewing your personal cash flow, we found an anomaly. A year ago, your account received a deposit of 1 million yuan. The payer was a jewelry store, but the money didn't stay in the account. Yes, the record shows. That same afternoon, the full 1 million was transferred to a corporate account. We verified it. It's a related account of Eternal Capital. The 1 million from selling Yuhan's heirloom bracelet went straight into Shun Yuhui's pocket to sign a contract. And Gu Ranran becomes the project's lead actress. This was the guy who stayed up with me to plan. Co-founded the company, my creative VP. Charlotte. Here's my resignation letter. I've organized all handover work. Just sign off on it. I know I've been a total mess these past few years, putting personal feelings above company interests. If even you want to leave, I must have completely broken your heart. As a brother and as a partner, I sincerely apologize to you. Sorry? Apologize? Apologizing now won't save the company. I was dead set against you getting tangled up with Gu Ranran. Against you. Taking that high-risk bet project from Shun Yuhui. And you? For that woman. In front of the whole company. You made me lose face. Trampled the company's interests. Even cut ties with me. You're right. I was blind and heartless before. You have every right to leave this mess. I completely respect your choice. But give me one day. Tomorrow morning, I'll hold an all-hands meeting and announce the rescue plan. After the plan is set, if you still decide to leave, I won't stop you. Fine, I'll wait one more day. But I have to tell you, the creative team is still top in the industry. It's not that they can't produce good work. The real problem is your extremely chaotic management and those bad decisions. Employees have completely lost trust in you. Want me to stay? Just a rescue plan with empty promises won't work. To win people back, first solve tomorrow's 1.2 million payroll. Today, I gathered everyone to thoroughly review the company's current debts. No hiding problems, just the facts. Director Zhang, please reconfirm each gap. After rechecking overnight, the most urgent is tomorrow's employee wages. Shortfall of 1.2 million. Next, about 800,000 owed to key suppliers, plus about 1 million in other short-term operating debts. And finally, the biggest risk is the bet project with Eternal Capital. If we miss the profit target, we'll face a 3 million penalty. In other words, including that ticking 3 million penalty, our total risk exposure is now 6 million, and our liquid cash is almost gone. facing this situation, hoping to earn millions from one project right away, is unrealistic. That's gambling. We have to be practical. 3 steps. First, from today, the company stops all non-essential spending, all project entertainment expenses, and travel standards lowered to minimum. Second, we explain the real financial situation to employees. No hiding. Third, our core creative team still has the capability. Charlotte, we need to use our existing strengths to go all out for the new project that Shengshi Group is about to bid out. We don't expect to get fat in one bite, but if we can secure an initial collaboration and get the advance payment, our cash flow can turn around. Also, Manager Lee, legal department, immediately re-examine the eternal capital contract based on the clues we've gathered. When they signed it, they likely concealed major risks intentionally or engaged in benefit transfers. We need to be ready to legally claim the contract is invalid or constitutes fraud. We can't just sit back and let them force a claim. Understood, Mr. Yi. I'll immediately assemble a team to start the review. Colleagues, I gathered everyone today because there are many rumors about the company's financial status. I'm here today to tell you the real situation. Due to my past mismanagement and wrong decisions, the company's cash flow is now in serious trouble. Regarding tomorrow's wages, everyone's biggest concern, the money in the account truly can't cover the full amount. All responsibility is mine, not yours. I have decided to use all remaining personal assets that I can still access to cover part of your basic wages first. For the remaining shortfall, the company will provide a clear deferred payment date. I know you all have families to support, so I'm not here today to ask anyone to stay unconditionally. Not being able to pay wages is my failure. Within today, if anyone chooses to resign because they can't accept the delay, submit your request, and I will sign it immediately. I won't stop anyone. Your severance and back pay will be legally recorded and prioritized. You came clean today. Gave employees the choice. Not forcing them actually retained most of the core team. And you? I'm staying for now. Not because your speech was good, but because I want to save Xuanjing's reputation. Here are the initial materials for Shengshi Group's new project bid. I have to remind you, this is a completely open, fair bid. Competitors are top in the industry. We have no shortcuts. As long as there's a chance for fair competition, we'll give it our all. We need to drop those vague concepts. Shengshi Group's core demand is youthfulness, brand reinvention. It needs solid data support and executable plans. First, based on new consumer profiles, precise brand positioning. Second, clear phased budget control. Don't throw all money into traditional ads, but shift to online interactive ecosystems. Third, and most important, we need a detailed risk control plan and a phased delivery timeline. Shengshi Group is very cautious. With any partner now, we not only need great creativity, but also give them security and confidence in delivery. This is a very solid approach. Execute details to perfection. Our plan will definitely be competitive. I'll take the team to refine visuals and execution details right away. This is just one bid opportunity. No guarantee we'll win, but we do our best and leave the rest to fate. Yuhan, thank you for coming with me. Mom and Dad have always loved Lele. No matter what you did in the past, they're still the child's grandparents. It's only right we visit. Hello, Mom. Is this the home of Ye Xuan and Zhang Lan? You're looking for that old couple? They moved out half a year ago. I already bought this house, sold the house, and moved away. Do you know where they went? I don't know exactly where, but I heard from the agent back then. The old couple seemed to be repaying debt for their son. They needed cash urgently, so they sold the house in a hurry. They didn't even want to leave a few old pieces of furniture. Took everything, ma'am. You mean they rushed to sell the house to pay off their son's debt? Yeah, they looked pretty upset back then. Needed cash fast. I overheard the agent mention that their son got into trouble with some business. Owed a lot of money. Well, parents are like that. They can't just watch their child sink. That's all I know. Okay, thank you. Sorry to bother you. Let's go downstairs first. A year ago, for that so-called high-risk project, I not only cut ties with them, but also forced them to sell their only retirement home to pay off my debts. What the hell have I done wrong? Yuhan, did you already know they sold a house? Mom called me half a year ago. They were in a hurry to deal with the house. Most of the money from the sale went to pay 2 early supplier debts. To keep you from being sued, they quietly cleared that urgent debt without telling you. The rest was only enough to rent a small place in the suburbs. How have they been getting by these 6 months? Dad's health was already poor. I visit them once a month regularly, bring some daily necessities and medicine. But Mom and Dad are proud. Apart from basic living expenses, they wouldn't accept any more help from me. They said that debt is yours, and they can't let me, as their daughter-in-law, shoulder it for you. They'd rather live frugally themselves than burden our mother and daughter. Yuhan, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for this family, and for my parents. I'm just doing my duty as the younger generation, not answering the phone. The number you dialed is not in service. Please check and try again. They even changed their number. Where am I supposed to find them? Mom and Dad didn't want you to know. Afraid you'd come looking for them over those troubles again. I know where they live now. I'll send you their new number and address. When I cut ties with them a year ago, how desperate must they have been? Yuhan, these past 6 months have been hard on you. You've been fulfilling my filial duty. Mom and Dad were afraid you'd pester them again, so they deliberately hid it from you. These 6 months, I've been bringing them regular medicine and essentials each month. Dad has a bad heart. He can't go without medication. But I didn't pay off your debts. They're proud. They said the mess you caused shouldn't drag me and lay down. Beyond basic food and shelter, they've been handling the rest of the mess themselves. They're right. It's my sin. I won't run from what I have to face. The closer I get to the family compound gate, the less I know how to face. The parents have broken so badly. Dad's not well, but he can't sit still. He says fixing small appliances for the neighbors earns a little bit, and that's something. He doesn't want to rely completely on others. Here, take it. Plug it in, and it'll work. Hey. Old man, did you forget something again? What are you doing here? Who told you to come? You're not welcome here. I know I've done a lot of terrible things in the past. Broken your hearts. It's fine if you don't open the door today. I'll sort out the debts and living arrangements first. Deal with it, then come back. Grandma. Ouch. My sweet granddaughter. Grandma missed you so much. Mom, it's chilly outside. Can we go inside and talk? Okay, come in. What do you want from us this time? Dad, I'm not here to take anything today. Not asking for money either. I came to see you. See us? You came to see if we're not dead from anger yet. You play those high-risk, rotten projects and abandoned your family. Now, your mother and I used our funeral savings to fill your hole. Isn't that enough for you? Mom, Dad, Ye Xuan really has changed recently. She hasn't asked for money from home, nor contacted Gu Ran. She's sorting out the accounts now, trying to solve the company crisis. Grandpa, don't be angry, blah, blah, blah. Dad doesn't break things anymore. He even tells me bedtime stories. Changed? Your company owes so much money. A few nice words won't erase it. Dad, I will trace back through contracts, bank records, and legal procedures to recover what I can. Well, I can't recover. I'll bear myself. I'll clean up the debt step by step. Anyone can talk big. Your company can't even pay salaries, can it? Pay your employees first, then we'll talk. Have you really changed? Okay, I'll show you. Yuhan, thank you for speaking for me today. I was just stating the facts. As for Dad mentioning employee salaries, you figure that out yourself. I told you. You can't expect me to give you money to fill the hole. President Xiao, I found out what you asked me to check. The surveillance footage of the missing heirloom bracelet has been found. The camera caught who took it. It's crystal clear on the tape. The person on the tape is President Yi. See for yourself. That was Grandma's keepsake. That jade bracelet. I thought. You only use company money to fill a bottomless pit. I didn't think you'd steal my heirloom and sell it. The flow of that money must be connected to Gu Ran Ran and Eternal Capital, right? I really have no memory of this. But the person in the evidence is me. I won't deny it. Ye Xuan, you always say you'll take responsibility. But the things you've destroyed in these 8 years won't be fixed by you glossing over them lightly. Denial won't bring them back. I don't want to see you right now. Sleep in the guest room tonight. Or move out for a while. I need space to cool off. Okay, I'll move to the guest room. I'll look into the bracelet incident. President Yi, regarding the whereabouts of that jade bracelet, we just contacted a store manager at Yuanshan Jewelry and verified the transaction records. Is the bracelet still in the store? Can we buy it back at the original price? President Yi, Yuanshan Jewelry said that because the bracelet's condition is excellent, a major client of theirs took a liking to it a couple days ago. They've already paid a deposit. The bracelet is still sealed in the store. They'll be completing the handover soon. Who paid the deposit? Shen Yuhui from Eternal Capital. Not only did Shen Yuhui swindle the company out of 5 million, but now he's got his eye on Yuhan's heirloom bracelet. He's targeting it too. This packet contains the original purchase receipt for the bracelet, an early appraisal certificate, and old photos of Grandma and me wearing it. Solid evidence. The bracelet is your premarital property. President Yi selling it without permission was unauthorized. To get it back, the key is whether the jewelry store and the current buyer, Shen Yuhui, knew about it. Prove they didn't acquire in good faith. Then we can claim the transaction void and demand return. Any penalty fees or compensation afterward, I will bear personally in full. Attorney Zhang, the priority now is to send a letter to Yuanshan Jewelry first, blocking them from delivering the bracelet to Shen Yuhui. I'll coordinate with legal to sign the relevant ownership statement. President Yi, Attorney Zhang. This really puts us in a tough spot. Mr. Shen Yuhui already paid a hefty deposit 2 days ago. The handover is about to happen. If we unilaterally hold the item, we'll have to pay the penalty. Store manager, here's the transaction suspension notice. Delivering knowingly with disputed ownership will make your store jointly liable. Lose a bit of deposit, or get tangled in a dispute and ruin your reputation. Weigh which matters more. You decide. Attorney Zhang, don't rush. I understand the legal risks. I'll report to headquarters legal department immediately. Until the ownership issue is fully clarified, this bracelet will remain sealed in the vault. We will absolutely not deliver it to anyone without authorization. To clarify the transaction details from a year ago and determine if the store fulfilled its review obligations, I need to see the transaction footage and receipts. When President Yi made the purchase back then, the Miss Gu accompanying you provided a property disposal authorization signed by Ms. Xiao. We only accepted it after seeing that authorization. And it was her who actively requested that the 1 million yuan sale proceeds be directly transferred to a designated corporate account. President Yi, that receiving account, is precisely a related account of Eternal Capital. The bracelet money immediately filled Shen Yuhui's debt hole. Gu Ran Ran even personally handed over the so-called authorization. Gu Ran Ran, Shen Yuhui, you too sure wove a tight net. President Xiao, President Yi, when the bracelet was bought a year ago, it was indeed President Yi himself who brought the item, claiming he had the right to sell it. The Miss Gu accompanying him provided us with an authorization bearing President Xiao's seal. We verified the documents before processing per procedure. As for the current status of the bracelet, Mr. Shen Yuhui has indeed only paid the deposit. The bracelet is still in our store's vault, strictly sealed. I never signed this document. Store manager. Given the significant dispute over this item's ownership and the suspected forgery in the original transaction, we formally demand a complete halt to any transaction of this bracelet, pending full verification of ownership. Our legal department has already confirmed the risks. Until everything is clarified, we will absolutely not deliver it to any third party. We will fully cooperate with the investigation. Store manager, what do you mean by unilaterally suspending the transaction? I paid the deposit. Signed the letter of intent. I'm a legitimate buyer. Back then, it was Xian himself who sold it to the jewelry store in black and white. Now that brother Ye Xuan wants to buy it, you come to block it. What gives you the right to disrupt a legitimate transaction and purchase? Shen Ye Xuan, the 1 million from the bracelet sale a year ago, was, within 2 hours, designated by Gu Ranran to be transferred into a related account of your eternal capital. After that money arrived, you immediately set up a scheme to make me sign that high-risk 5 million yuan gambling project. Dare you claim you knew nothing about this bracelet's origin? How the money moved is a messy account within your family. As a normal consumer, I paid, so I have the right to pick up the goods. Attorney Zhang, President Xiao. After an initial professional comparison, the signature of Qiao Yuhan on this authorization shows significant differences in stroke habits and structure. From Ms. Qiao's actual handwriting, it can basically be determined that the signature is forged. Ms. Gu surveillance shows that this forged authorization was handed to the staff by you personally. How do you explain that? The source of the document? I don't know. This document was given to me by Xian back then. Yes, he told me to give it to the staff. A year ago, I was indeed careless. I trusted you with some external affairs, but I never even saw what this document looked like. Gu Ranran, quibbling is useless in the face of law and evidence, since the ownership is unclear. I don't want this trouble anymore. Store manager, refund my deposit. Sure, President Shun. Since there is a major legal defect in ownership, our store officially announces a voluntary suspension of all transaction procedures for this bracelet and will fully cooperate with subsequent police investigations. Mr. Shun trying to leave already? The money from this bracelet was the seed capital for your chain of scams. Gu Ranran forged the authorization and provided fake projects. You two have a direct causal link to that 5 million debt hole. We've only just begun to settle this account. Ye Xuan, what good does clearing up do you? Your company's cash flow is broken now. Soon you won't even be able to pay employee salaries. You think you can turn things around by landing the Shengshi Group project? Stop dreaming. Shengshi Group will never cooperate with a shell company that's broken in cash flow and on the verge of bankruptcy. Just wait to be crushed by that 5 million penalty. President Xiao, President Yi. I've already preserved the forged document. It will be submitted as evidence later. President Xiao, please sign this ownership objection and transaction suspension statement. The bracelet will be immediately transferred to an independent third-party notary institutions. Vault, temporarily secured, until the verification results come out. Let go. Someone's snatching stuff. Rona, security, security. Someone's robbing in broad daylight. Stop. Don't run. Yuhan, thank God you're okay. This trouble was caused by me, dragging you into such danger. Shen Ye Xuan, in his desperation to destroy evidence, has already resorted to desperate measures. What I protected wasn't some luxury bag, but the truth that can untangle past debts and Grandma's memories left for me. His eagerness to destroy the evidence precisely proves that these documents are the fatal weak point in his involvement in commercial fraud and forgery. President Xiao, President Yi. Just got word from the police. The masked man they caught confessed. He admitted that an assistant from Eternal Capital, Shen Ye Xuan's assistant, paid him a sum of money to stake out the law firm's building, waiting for a chance to snatch the document bag containing the relevant evidence. President Xiao, what do we do next? President Xiao, President Yi. All the relevant procedures have been completed. This bracelet has now been returned to its rightful owner. As for Gu Ranran's forged authorization and Shen Ye Xuan's instigation of evidence theft, the police are proceeding according to law. Thank you for your hard work, Attorney Zhang. The item is back. But it once left me. The hurt it caused won't just disappear. Thank you for not running away. Shen Yuhong's assistant got caught. My forged document is definitely going to come out. I need to go see Ye Xuan, see if there's a way out. Miss Gu, President Yi is busy. You don't have an appointment. You can't go in. Move. I have some supplementary materials about the previous cooperation project. It's exactly what your company needs most right now. I have to hand it to Xian personally. Xian, I know. You're stressed about the company's cash flow issues. These supplementary materials can help you. Take a look first, Guranran. I told you, between us there's no need for any private negotiation. Outside of legal procedures. Take your stuff and get out. Xian, take it. Just consider it. For the sake of our past feelings. Just look at this document, okay? Chun Ping, bring the legal department's manager Li to my office immediately. Xian, how can you be so heartless? Even if there's a little misunderstanding now, making things unpleasant. Have you forgotten all our past feelings? Completely? Gu Ranran. In the past, when handling boundaries and business dealings, I was indeed wrong. I crossed the line. I'll take responsibility. I don't need to put all the blame on you. But the mistakes end here. From today, all contact will only go through lawyers or company email. Manager Li, these are the documents Ms. Gu left. Register and secure them. If it involves commercial disputes later, follow procedure. Now, Ms. Gu, please leave. Understood, President Yi. Ms. Gu, please cooperate. That handling was clear. This document is the Qiao Group's industry research on the Shengshi project. Data summary. Business is business. Marriage is marriage. I'm giving you this document because I support your company's 100+ employees, keeping their jobs. But that doesn't mean I've forgiven you. I understand. Thank you, Yuan. President Yi, the departments have summarized tomorrow's payroll details. Although you've already used all your remaining assets, it's still not enough for tomorrow's wages. There's a gap of 1.2 million. If we can't pay tomorrow, the employees' morale will be hard to stabilize. President Yi, the salary gap is still 1.2 million. Our credit line with the bank is maxed out. If no funds come in, we can't pay wages tomorrow. Everyone's mood will be hard to keep stable. I understand. Director Zhang, go reassure the departments first. The funds issue, I'll find a way. Mr. Yang, it's me, Ye Xuan. The final payment for the last project. Could you please pay part of it first? I urgently need money for wages. Hung up. The old him would have yelled and forced me to give money. Now he would rather go door to door and suffer humiliation than cross the line and ask me. I've received the Shengshi documents. If you have work, go ahead and handle it. The funds I can handle. It's not just 1.2 million in wages, including supplier debts and potential breach risks. The company's total gap is about 5 million. This 5 million I can provide as a formal loan for short-term working capital. No, this mess is my fault. I can't use your money to fill the hole. I'll find another way. Ye Xuan, listen clearly. I'm not saving you. I'm protecting the basic rights of these 100+ employees. If the company collapses, they are the most innocent. At this time, your pride won't solve survival problems. This money isn't free. First, sign a formal loan agreement. Fine, but interest must be at normal market rates. Not a cent less. I'll personally bear joint liability. Second, this funds must be in a dedicated account, used only for wages and necessary operations. Absolutely not to employees or unrelated individuals. Third, from today, your company's financial status must be transparent to me. Fourth, within 3 months, you must repay as planned. I accept. I will repay this money with interest. Manager Zhang, the 5 million has arrived. Go handle it now. First, pay all back wages in full. The rest as necessary operating funds. Strictly approved. Funds for specific use. Wages paid. Not just paid. Last month's delayed performance bonuses are also caught up. Great, this month's mortgage is finally saved. Everyone, all back wages are settled. This funds is a normal business loan I signed personally, with strict conditions. Its primary purpose is to ensure everyone's life is unaffected. You can work in peace. At the same time, to ensure future fund safety. From today, the company establishes a joint approval system. Vice President Charlotte will fully oversee the Shengshi project, bidding and creative quality. Director Zhang Lei will handle strict financial oversight. Any expenditure beyond necessary operations must have dual approval. Full transparency. Our only goal now is to rely on strength to win the Shengshi Group project. Puppet. Is that my place in Leilei's heart? Daddy, I drew this at kindergarten. Thank you, Leilei. Daddy loves this drawing. Leilei, Daddy made mistakes before. Then Daddy can slowly walk onto the grass. Closer to you? It's okay. When Leilei is ready, Daddy will come closer. From Leilei's reaction to the drawing today, his resistance to you is indeed easing. But the doctor said, a stable home environment is most important for him. We need to set some clear family rules. Ensure no further harm is caused. I agree. I've been reflecting. Past damage has been done. Now we must stabilize the environment. You speak, I'll fully cooperate. First, whether at the company or over past debts, any disagreement. Never argue in front of the child. Second, without Leilei's or my permission. You cannot enter his room without permission. He is very wary of you now. He needs absolute private safe space. Okay, respecting his boundaries is right. I promise to do that. Third, to stay informed. We'll have a formal family communication every week. Review Leilei's status and our boundaries. Fourth, during this transition, you continue to stay in the guest room. No problem. Rules set. I will strictly follow them. Things. Without permission, not allowed to enter his room. Leilei, don't be afraid. Mom is here. Had a nightmare? It's okay. Leilei, Daddy is outside. You don't want to see Daddy. Daddy won't come in. Leilei, Daddy was worried about you, but he promised not to come in casually. Would you like Daddy to sit by the door with you? He won't come close. Just sit there. Ye Xuan, you can come in, but only sit by the door. Leilei, Daddy is sitting here. Once upon a time, there was a big forest. Daddy isn't angry today. President Zhang, based on your company's youth-oriented, brand repositioning core needs, our plan doesn't talk about empty concepts. It focuses on practical execution. First, this is our data on target consumers in Sanshan City. The latest profile data. We've defined precise brand positioning. Second, this is a detailed budget control table. We allocate most of the budget to building an online interactive ecosystem, ensuring ROI is trackable. Third, and most importantly, we provide a set of detailed risk contingency plans and a phased delivery timeline. We don't demand a one-time investment. Instead, we accept results per milestone, giving your company security in performance. President Yi, your plan is very solid. Risk control is also in place. Since you're so well prepared, we can sign the first phase service contract. President Zhang, I'm so sorry. Excuse me, but as a long-term partner of Shengshi Group, I feel I should show you something before you sign. A real financial risk report on Xianjing Media. CEO Yi, from what I know, your company's liquidity is severely strained, and you're facing a 5 million yuan penalty lawsuit. You could be liquidated anytime. Director Zhang, would you really entrust such a key project to a shell company that might go bankrupt, one that clearly can't deliver? CEO Yi, this report from President Shin shows your company's cash flow is indeed extremely tight. Shengshi Group's project needs not just great ideas, but also strong performance guarantees. If your own company is struggling, it's hard for us to take the risk. Director Zhang, President Shin's points are partly true. Due to my past missteps, Xianjing Media has indeed faced financial difficulties recently. But since I'm here presenting today, I will give you a satisfactory performance guarantee. First, here is the formal commercial loan agreement signed between Xiao Group and Xianjing Media. The initial earmarked working capital has been fully received, specifically to ensure daily operations and execution of this project. Moreover, this fund is under strict dual approval financial supervision. Second, for the Shengshi Group project, we have already applied to a third-party insurer for project performance guarantee insurance. If we default, the insurance company will fully compensate your losses. Third, Director Zhang, as mentioned in our proposal, we are not asking Shengshi Group to pay the full amount upfront. We suggest a phased delivery contract, payments upon milestone acceptance. Also, here are the resumes of our core team. All key members are on board. Finally, regarding President Shun's mention of that 5 million yuan lawsuit, that VM agreement itself is suspected of concealing major business risks. My legal team and I are formally preparing to argue the contract is null and void. CEO, you're not running from the crisis. Solving problems with transparent business methods. That's the responsibility of a mature entrepreneur. Shengshi Group has decided to sign a first-phase service contract with your company. Advance payment of 2 million yuan. We'll start the process this afternoon. Further collaboration depends on the results of this phase. President Shun, thank you for the reminder. But Shengshi Group only looks at facts and capability. If there's nothing else, we won't keep you here for the signing. Yuhan, we got the first phase contract from Shengshi. I heard. Congrats. Looks like you were well prepared. But I'm calling about something else. Leilei's psychological reassessment. I booked his previous therapist, Wang Yuhuan. He'll come to the house this evening for a periodic evaluation. Come back early. We need to face this together. Leilei, if this little house is your home now, where do you think this big bear should go? He doesn't throw tantrums anymore. Let him wait outside for now. Ye Xuan, you're back. Dr. Wang, hello. Ye Xuan. Thank you for taking the time to assess Leilei. Hello, Mr. Yi. Your condition seems very different from before. What's wrong, Dr. Wang? You two know each other? President Xiao. I thought Mr. Yi looked familiar just now. Mr. Yi, we've actually met before. Dr. Wang. Since you mention it, please go ahead. I do have gaps in my memory of the past 8 years. If we crossed paths before, please be honest. Well, this goes back 8 years. We were both in university then. I was an intern at the school hospital psych unit. 8 years ago, Mr. Yi was in a serious car accident. After the accident, you were brought in for a short psychological evaluation. The records from that time show that after the incident, you experienced temporary memory confusion, extreme mood swings, and strong stress reactions. You came for 2 sessions, but unfortunately, you refused further intervention afterward and unilaterally cut off contact. The car accident 8 years ago wasn't just the start of my memory loss, but possibly the underlying cause of my irritability, potential cause of emotional outburst. Around graduation that year, you just said there was a family emergency, took a few days off. You never mentioned the accident to me, let alone the psychological counseling. President Xiao, psychological counseling has strict confidentiality. If the patient deliberately hid it, it's normal for family not to know. Mr. Yi, although you did experience trauma, I must point out that your sudden change is also a source of uncertainty. For a child who desperately needs security, the child needs time to confirm whether this sense of safety is temporary. So, for the near future, You must maintain extreme emotional stability. Respect his boundaries. And don't rush to get close to avoid causing secondary trauma. You're right. I was the source of Leilei's trauma. I'll follow the professional advice. Strictly observe safety boundaries and not pressure the child. President Xiao, Mr. Yi. I retrieved this from our institutional archives before coming today. From back then, Mr. Ye's de-identified records from his first visit. Summary. I think it might help clarify some things and also assist with the family assessment. Also, the records show that the family member who accompanied Mr. Yi to the ER and signed part of the consent forms was not President Xiao. Not me? Then who? The registered companion was Gu Ranran. A car accident 8 years ago. And Gu Ranran was the one with him? Why didn't he tell Xiao Yuan? And why hide this medical history for 8 years? It seems that car accident 8 years ago was no simple accident. I don't remember this at all. But Gu Ranran hid the accident and later used high-risk projects to ask for money. There must be a connection. I'll have the lawyer check the records immediately. President Xiao, Mr. Yi. Past privacy isn't my intervention scope. But as Leilei's therapist, I must prioritize the child's best interests and give a professional assessment. Mr. Yi, your irritability may stem from past trauma, but objectively, the stress and harm you've caused Leilei in recent years are real. You are the direct source of his fear. So, in the short term, you need to substantially reduce conflict. Let the child's reactions dictate your pace. I accept that. I am the source of Leilei's trauma. I will strictly follow the recommendation to reduce contact and cooperate with treatment. As for the long term, if the chronic conflict pattern within the family still poses a risk, I suggest you seek independent marriage counseling. Carefully evaluate whether to maintain the current family structure. Make a decision soon. Leaving the source of trauma might be the more responsible choice for President Xiao and the child. Dr. Wang, all assessment and advice must absolutely center on the child's interests, without personal bias or direction. Mr. Yi, my advice is purely based on professional consideration for the child and President Xiao. A couple days ago, when I was helping Yuhan with her work files on her phone, I happened to see that you've been privately sending him messages about college memories and personal emotional greetings. As a doctor, frequently sending a patient's family member private messages completely unrelated to treatment. This already crosses professional boundaries. To ensure Leilei receives absolutely objective and neutral treatment, I formally recommend switching psychological counseling agencies. Yuhan, those were just ordinary greetings as an old classmate. I know Leilei's condition best. Switching doctors now is irresponsible to the child. Dr. Wang, thank you for the old files and progress evaluations today. But the issue Ye Xuan raised does exist. As a counselor, you need to maintain absolute boundaries. However, Ye Xuan, while your concerns are valid, Wang Yiheng has accompanied Leilei for a while now. Abruptly switching doctors might cause resistance from the child regarding whether to switch doctors. I won't make a decision based on one side's words alone. I want to hear Leilei's own opinion first, before deciding. Okay, I respect President Xiao's decision. Ye Xuan, regarding the topic of switching doctors just now, you can question the doctor's professional boundaries, but you cannot see my judgment as someone's influence on me. Every decision I make has only one starting point, Leilei, not because I was swayed by anyone. I know, I admit, my suggestion to switch agencies just now was indeed selfish. Because my past long-term loss of control and absence, I personally destroyed the security of this family. So when I saw those boundary-crossing private messages, I felt extremely insecure and desperate to re-establish boundaries. But when it comes to protecting Leilei, your judgment always comes first. As long as the agency ensures objectivity and neutrality, I'll follow your arrangements completely. The professional boundary issue you pointed out is objectively real. Leilei's treatment needs a purely neutral environment. Let's compromise. First, suspend Wang Yuhan's individual therapy sessions with Leilei. Second, I'll contact the city's most authoritative child psychological intervention center to bring in an expert team for a joint evaluation of Leilei. Third, I'll still require Wang Yuhan, in his capacity as agency head, to transfer Leilei's historical counseling records completely to the new team. During this process, he will no longer participate in any advice regarding me or our marital relationship. Okay, I'll listen to you. Okay, I'll listen to you. Leilei, Mommy plans to get you a few new doctors, auntie and uncle. From now on, we'll go play games in a spacious clinic, with a team to accompany you. How about that? After changing to a new doctor, can Daddy come with me? Of course, as long as Leilei wants. Mommy and Daddy will both be with you. Shun Yuhui's made a new move. Wasn't his funding chain blocked by us because of that fake 5 million valuation adjustment agreement? Didn't we cut off his capital chain? Right, it's because of eternal capital. Now there's a huge funding gap. He's desperate to turn things around. I got news from the industry. Shun Yuhui's been like a headless fly lately, scouring the market for new high-return projects, trying to quickly bring in investors to fill the dead hole of his eternal capital. Shun Yuhui is impatient for quick success. To cover his losses, he'll definitely set up higher-risk gray area schemes. Exclusive agency rights for a well-known overseas game IP. Extremely high short-term returns. Xian. This is the lifeline Shun Yuhui's been eyeing lately. He's been trumpeting it around the circle that the agency rights for this overseas game IP and is pulling people in everywhere. Gu Ranran is also using her old connections to lobby unsuspecting investors to join with such high profit margins. Yet the agency company's background is very vague. Can't even find public international licensing records. This is no money tree at all. It's a shell company disguised as an overseas IP. A typical scam trap. To fill the hole in eternal capital, he's already eating anything he can get. Should we set a trap and push him? No. Even though we have a grudge with him, we must never actively set up a trap to deceive people for revenge. That not only crosses business ethics, it's also illegal. And we can't let this scam harm innocent investors in the market. Charlotte immediately organized the think tank team and combined the abnormal data we found on the overseas company to publicly release a detailed risk analysis report on overseas IP agency. Point out all the anomalies in the project's main body and the loopholes in missing authorization. Warn the entire industry to guard against risks. Understood. I'll arrange it right away. Estimated market profit, 30 million. Risk warning report, Xian. The agency fee threshold for this overseas project is 15 million. Shun Yuhui's account is tight on funds now. Once we release our report, he won't be able to attract investors. This deal will probably fall through. Greed is like a snake try to swallow an elephant. He's desperate to turn things around, as long as he sees that estimated 30 million profit. Even if it's a cliff, he'll find a way to borrow money and jump. If he turns a blind eye to publicly released industry warnings, then he's asking for death. Estimated profit 30 million. No wonder Ye Xuan was hiding in the meeting room, secretly studying it. So he wants to grab this money tree too. Ye Xuan, you think you can cover it up? This big piece of meat is ours for sure. Brother Yuhui, don't worry. Today at Xinjiang Media, I got top secret first-hand info. That overseas game IP agency project is not a trap at all. It's a big, juicy piece. What nonsense are you talking? The market is buzzing about it. Extremely high risk. Even the licensing records are unclear. See for yourself. This is what I saw with my own eyes, and heard with my own ears. Ye Xuan and Charlotte secretly discussing in the meeting room. Ye Xuan was secretly researching it. Their internal calculations. The estimated market profit for this project is fully 30 million. 30 million? Ye Xuan really wants to snatch this project? Absolutely true. He even mobilized legal and think tank teams. Brother Yuhui, if we don't get the agency rights before Xinjiang Media releases their joint bid proposal and secure the rights, this chance to turn things around will fall into Ye Xuan's hands. Hey, Xian. Something's wrong. That risk analysis report on overseas IP agency we drafted hasn't been publicly released yet, but I just got wind. That risk analysis report on overseas IP agency we drafted hasn't been publicly released yet, but I just got wind. Eternal Capital actually beat everyone to it and signed a 15 million agency contract for that overseas game IP. Signed it. Where did they get 15 million? And we analyzed it clearly. That licensing loophole is huge. Is Shen Yuhui crazy? I heard Shen Yuhui mortgaged all the remaining core fixed assets of Eternal Capital. All of them. Even borrowed high-interest bridge loans. Scraped together 15 million and dumped it straight in. Now the circle is all abuzz that they'll net 30 million from this project to turn things around. I heard everything you and Charlotte said. Shen Yuhui has always been shrewd. Why is he so blind this time? Not even basic due diligence? He gambled his entire fortune on a flawed overseas shell company. I just thought carefully. This afternoon, Gu Ranran seemed to use the excuse of asking for invoice receipts and came to the company. So the so-called 30 million profit came to the company under the pretense of invoice receipts. So the so-called 30 million profit is where it came from. Charlotte and I were checking the report at the time. On the table was that industry comparison flyer with a 30 million profit printed on it. Gu Ranran must have seen that paper, took it out of context. Thought it was a profit-making project Xinjiang Media was secretly planning. She went back and reported it to Shenyu. And Shenyu stuck by us on the gambling agreement, desperate for a turnaround. Blindly believed Gu Ranran's top-secret intel. Stepped right into this bottomless pit. Greed makes people blind. Shen Yuhui bet all his chips on a fake scam, staking Eternal Capital's last chance. That's the price of his cleverness. He tried to use shady tactics to crush us, but got devoured by his own greed. Eternal Capital is finished. Huh. Mr. Shun is done for. Mr. Shun is done for. We checked overseas. That so-called agency has no valid international authorization. It's a full-blown transnational fraud ring. The 15 million agency fee we paid was split and transferred as soon as arrived. No way to recover it. No way to recover it. I mortgaged all the company's core assets and borrowed 8 million in bridge loans. Almost all of it's gone. Mr. Shun, the bridge loan collection agency, is already blocking the lobby. And with all the other irregular funds, the capital chain has completely snapped. Multiple creditors have jointly filed for compulsory bankruptcy liquidation. This is the top secret intel you stole from Ye Xuan? Gu Ranran, you thought you were so clever and drove Eternal Capital into its grave. As of now, you're fired. Get ready for the police summons for forged authorization and commercial fraud. Xian, latest news. Police summons. Xian, latest news. Eternal Capital has completely imploded. That overseas project is confirmed as cross-border fraud. Shen Yuhui is being taken in for investigation on multiple violations and massive debt. Eternal Capital enters bankruptcy proceedings. Shen Yuhui's downfall is the inevitable result of ignoring rules and letting greed swell. Another's ruin is no cause for celebration. Charlotte now immediately published publicly The Overseas IP Agency Risk Analysis Report. Our think tank prepared across all platforms. Xinyu is beyond saving. But this report can warn other unknowing investors in the industry to avoid the same trap. We need to show the market that Xinjiang media has not only creativity, but also rigorous professional risk control. Got it. Xian's move will definitely make Shangshi Group trust us more. Eternal Capital's bankruptcy. I saw. Xinyu was too eager for quick success and brought it on himself. This is also an opportunity because Eternal Capital's implosion exposed Vice President Zhao, the mole inside Qiao Group. His previous interest transactions with Xinyu exposed Vice President Zhao, the mole inside Qiao Group. His previous interest transactions with Xinyu can no longer be covered up. Audit has obtained solid evidence. Yes, the complete kickback loop has been traced. Legal filed a complaint with the authorities this afternoon. Vice President Zhao has been detained by police. The hidden threat within Qiao Group is eliminated. Uprooting the cancer through legal means. That's the cleanest solution. Xinyu, we received multiple formal reports. Eternal Capital is suspected of illegal fund diversion and contract fraud. The relevant fund flows are abnormal. Please come with us to assist the investigation. This has nothing to do with me. I'm just an assistant. Gu Ran. Regarding your suspected theft of trade secrets and involvement in forging authorization documents, whether it constitutes a crime will be determined by the investigation. Please come with us as well. Will be determined by the investigation. Please come with us as well. Xinyu has been taken in for investigation. Then that 5 million penalty case we had. Can't wait. Immediately have legal start contract litigation. Cooperate with the investigating authorities to apply for preservation of Eternal Capital's remaining assets. 5 million is no small amount. We must go through legal compensation procedures, step by step to recover the company's hard-earned money. Got it, Xian. I'll do it right away. Daddy, this is for you. Daddy promised to have dinner with me this morning. You really came back. Every promise Daddy makes to you, I'll keep from now on. Something's come up with the branch project outside. I have to go on a 3-day business trip. Hey. Have to go on a 3-day business trip. Hey. Aunt Lee just took leave to go back to her hometown. Lele's pick-up and drop-off is a problem. Leave it to me. I've already rearranged my work for these days. I won't break my promise this time. Are you sure you can handle it? You didn't even know which direction the kindergarten gate faced. No idea. I was negligent before. I've already contacted the teacher and registered the change of pickup person. I'll show my ID when I pick her up. You can confirm by phone. Just go on your trip. Sir. Please wait. I think this is the first time I've seen you. You're here to pick up Ye Jingyi? Hello, Teacher Li. I'm Lele's father, Ye Xuan. This morning, I submitted a pickup change request through the system. Ms. Chow should have communicated with you. Okay, Mr. Yi. I'm so sorry. For the child's safety, we need to verify strictly. Teacher Li, for the child's safety, we need to verify strictly. Teacher Li, I appreciate your caution. Entrusting a child to a teacher like you gives us parents peace of mind. Stop right there. That kid was too dangerous. Sir. Thank you so much. If you hadn't grabbed him just now, running out there would have been dangerous. You're welcome. The pickup zone doesn't fully separate vehicles from children's path. If a parent's attention wavers, it's easy to have a blind spot. From now on, always hold your child's hand crossing the street. Sir, the pickup guidelines here aren't clear. I suggest the kindergarten add some barriers to separate people in cars. I'm Li Manyan from Wanxiang Media Group. Thank you so much for today. May I ask where you work? I'm Ye Xuan from Xinjing Media. Oh, so you're President Yi of Xinjing. After hearing about your recent cases, if it's President Yi of Xinjing, after hearing about your recent cases, if there's a suitable public cooperation opportunity, I'd like my team to learn about your company's proposal. Thank you, President Li. Daddy, crossing the street should be. Okay, Daddy will hold your hand. Xian, that Shengshi Group project, is facing normal commercial competition. Zhao Tianhai from industry giant Tianhai Media just submitted a bid to Shengshi. Tianhai Media. Their coverage rate in traditional media channels is indeed very high, right? Zhao Tianhai not only quoted a lower price, but also offered a very mature traditional channel plan. Shengshi is hesitating now and wants to reevaluate our proposal. Price cuts and traditional channel deployment are their strengths. We can't fight a resource war head-on, of course, but we're not withdrawing either. Charlotte, adjust the proposal immediately. Add phase acceptance, third-party audit, delivery data, and clear overdue penalty clauses. Proactively add audit and compensation. This is feeding Shengshi a headline, right? Also include channel alternatives in the plan. I want Shengshi to see that we offer more than just ad slots, but instead alternatives also included. I want Shengshi to see that we offer more than just ad slots, but transparency. Contrôlable. Daddy's going to the next room for a meeting. Stay here and read quietly. If anything happens, tell the nanny, okay? Okay, Daddy. Focus on work. President Yi, I'll be blunt. Xinjing just went through a cash flow crisis. The Shengshi project is too big. You can't guarantee the follow-up large-scale delivery. Going it alone with your resources is too risky. Better hand the lead to Tianhai. I'll subcontract the online part to you. If you withdraw, I can offer some compensation. Everyone makes money. President Zhao's channel advantages are well known. But in today's market, blanket coverage is becoming less efficient. Clients need precise data conversion. Normal competition helps clients choose. We won't withdraw. If Tianhai is willing to cooperate on data services, you're welcome. But we'll fight for the lead through our proposal. Zhao Taitian just questioned that we just recovered cash flow and can't guarantee large-scale delivery. If Shengshi Group only values exposure, we're at a disadvantage. Relying solely on existing channels is indeed not enough. We need to expand high-quality alternatives, alternative media networks, to support our precision marketing plan. Ayu, President Li. I'm Ye Xuan from Xinjing Media. I'd like to ask about Wanxiang Media's recent public partnership quotes. Is there a chance for Xinjing to attend your cooperation briefing? We will include Wanxiang's channels in a Shengshi project's alternative vendor pool. President Yi, Wanxiang welcomes transparent cooperation. I'll have my team review your qualifications and proposal per normal standards. Great. Thank you, President Li. President Li, Wanxiang's audience profile is very clear. Our proposed model is joint operation. Through our data model, we can not only increase ad slot premium, but also provide real-time performance. Audit feedback. President Ye's proposal is very professional. The design of the data tracking loop is very EFF. Audit feedback. President Ye's proposal is very professional. The design of the data tracking loop is very good. Your qualification review passes. Wanxiang's channel team is willing to sign a formal contract with your company, partnering with Tianhai Media. can ensure product coverage of most traditional channels citywide within a week. Exposure is absolutely guaranteed. Lower cost. Xuanjing's proposal doesn't chase ineffective broad exposure. We just partnered with Wanxiang Media and other quality online channels, focusing on precise reach and budget control. Most importantly, we accept third-party data audits and will sign a phased performance-based betting agreement. Every penny from Shengshi will see clear conversion. Both of you are outstanding. Each proposal has its strengths. Shengshi decides to run this project on dual tracks. President Zhao handles broad channel deployment. President Ye handles precision online interactive marketing and data tracking. We will base next quarter's budget allocation on final conversion results. President Ye, the younger generation is formidable. Then let's settle it with data. Looking forward to healthy competition with President Zhao. Everyone, Shengshi decided on dual tracks. We got it. The online interactive and data tracking part. The first milestone payment will arrive next week. We got through this crisis. Thanks to the professional proposals each of you delivered. We earned it with our strength. It's the professional proposals each of you delivered. We earned it with our strength. The responsibility is mine. The delayed salary compensation I promised everyone will be paid in full as soon as the funds arrive. In the future, we will stand in the market only by strength and rules. Mommy, you're back. Has Lele been good these past few days? I've been very good. Daddy picks me up on time every day. He even made me dinner. Did the business trip go well? Get ready to wash up and eat. Thank you for your hard work these days. No trouble. Let's eat. Mommy. Today Xianbao lent me her spaceship toy. We built a really tall tower together. Really? Did Lele say thank you to Xianbao? Yes, I did. Lele, eat more shrimp to grow tall. Thanks, Daddy. These days I wasn't home. You took great care of Lele. This is what I should do as a fat. This is what I should do as a father. I missed too much before. Now I just want to make up for it as much as I can. Ye Xuan, thank you for being a serious dad. Yuhan, what's wrong? Ye Xuan, the kindergarten just called. Said Lele had a fight with a classmate. Now the other parent is already at the school. I'm in an emergency board meeting right now. I really can't get away. Got it. Focus on your meeting. I'll hand things over immediately. I'm heading to the kindergarten now. Don't worry, I'll handle it. Charlotte, I need to step out right away. For the next half hour, you follow up on the data feedback for the Shengshi project. Contact me if anything urgent comes up. Understood, Xian. Leave the company to me. Teacher Li, how do you run this kindergarten? My daughter was pushed down by a classmate at school. This needs to be addressed. Lele's dad is here. Don't be scared. Lele, tell Daddy what happened. Did you push this classmate? Daddy, I pushed him. Daddy, I pushed him. But he grabbed my picture book first and threw it on the ground and stomped on it. That's why I pushed him away. No, I didn't. You pushed me first. Hear that? Your daughter admits to pushing. As a parent, you need to discipline her. Mr. Wong, when kids have conflicts, we parents need to understand the full story first. Lele, protecting your things is not wrong, but pushing can hurt others. We can learn safer ways, like telling the teacher right away, right? Got it, Daddy. Mr. Yi, easy for you to say. My daughter got hurt. That's a fact. Teacher Li, I saw everything in the hallway just now. It was Wang Ruihan who grabbed Yi Jinyan's book first. Xianbao, don't rush. Take your time. There's a security camera in the hallway outside the classroom. Teacher, you can check the footage. Since there's surveillance, I'll have security retrieve the hallway video right away. But how could he just grab things for no reason? Daddy says the same thing at home. If someone doesn't behave, just shove them aside. Mr. Wong, Mr. Yi, everyone saw the footage. Both children share responsibility in this. Wang Ruihan, little friend, should not grab or destroy others' belongings. And Lele, little friend, should not solve problems by pushing. This. I'm not saying my daughter is entirely right. Actually, whatever we do at home, kids will imitate. If adults are used to solving problems violently, when kids have conflicts, they also think of using fists first. Adults can't solve kids' problems with fists. And use fists? Adults can't solve kids' problems with fists, and shouldn't set an example with their temper. Hey, Mr. Yi, you're right. I usually have a short fuse. At home, I really didn't set a good example for him. Today, it was our Ruihan who was wrong first. Since the surveillance already cleared things up, and everyone's calmed down, Mr. Wong, Ruihan stepped on Lele's picture book. You need to compensate at the original price. Any objections? Fine, it's just a book. I'll pay the full price. Ruihan, it was wrong of you to damage Lele's book first. Lele, pushing Ruihan was also wrong. Come on, you're all good classmates. Shake hands and apologize to each other, okay? Sorry, Ye Xuan. I shouldn't have grabbed your book. Sorry, I shouldn't have pushed you either. Taking today's incident as an opportunity, our kindergarten is organizing a lecture on effective communication between parents and children. At that time, we hope both parents can take time to attend. Discuss together how to better guide. Good child. Daddy, that uncle was so loud today. Why weren't you angry? And you didn't hit him. Because Daddy used to rely on losing his temper to hurt you and Mommy. Daddy used to rely on losing his temper to hurt you and Mommy. Now Daddy wants to teach you. When problems arise, we reason it out, solve them in a safe way, not with fists. Lele's good. Lele's good. Daddy's here. You did really well today. You truly protected Lele today. Not by winning a fight for him outside, but through your example. Showing him that many problems can be resolved through communication and rules. That gives more security than anything. I'm also learning anew how to be a qualified father. Mommy, next time we go to the psychological counselor, when we play games, can Daddy come with us? Of course. Hee. I've already contacted a new, more professional family psychological counseling center. They use a team-based approach, not like before, with just one doctor handling everything. This weekend, all three of us will go together. Good. I'll cancel all my work this weekend and come with you. Lele, if you could have 3 wishes now, what would you want Mommy and Daddy to do? First, I hope Daddy never throws things at home again. Second, I hope Daddy always keeps his promises to me. Third, I hope Mommy and Daddy don't argue in front of me. Lele, Daddy promises you these 3 wishes Daddy will fulfill for the rest of his life. Dr. Wong, Lele's condition is improving. We've transferred to a team counseling center. As a friend, I appreciate your help in the early stage, but in terms of professional boundaries, I hope everyone can keep their distance. Yuhan, you're still so stubborn. Since you've made your choice, I respect it. I just hope you won't regret it later. Then I respect you. I just hope you won't regret it later. That's it then. Dr. Wong, looks like you're out. Friendly reminder. Ye Xuan recently had his lawyer secretly investigate the medical records of the accident 8 years ago. Mr. Yi, Ms. Xiao, while reviewing Lele's family background and your medical history, we retrieved your file from the affiliated hospital 8 years ago. We found something unusual. In this 8-year-old medical record, one page appears to have been replaced. Even stranger, the accompanying person at the time was registered as Gu Ranran. But the final payer for the medical expenses was Xiao Group's non-public affiliated account. Xiao Group's affiliated account. That account has always been managed by Vice President Zhao for logistics and finance. Now the money trail leads here, it seems. Vice President Zhao might have been secretly watching us since that car accident 8 years ago. So they've been secretly watching us. Gu Ranran and Shen Yuhui might have been his pawns from the very beginning to bring me down. Hey, you better watch your mouth. Tell the economic crime investigators whatever they ask. But if you blab about things you shouldn't, especially about Xiao Group's internal fund flows and your involvement in forging the authorization letter, I can submit more evidence anytime and have you locked up for a few years. Got it? I get it. I won't tell him anything. Don't worry. Ah. Lele, what's wrong? Daddy, Xianbao is having a birthday party tomorrow. He invited me and you to go together. Can you come with me? Of course. I'll arrange my work in advance for tomorrow. I won't break my promise at the last minute. Daddy will definitely go with you. Haha. Lele came looking for you just now. Tomorrow is Xuanbao's birthday. He invited me to go together. Can you go? I can adjust my work. Promises to a child can't be broken. He used to be afraid to ask you for things, so I definitely need to go. Haha, today at the birthday party, there are quite a few business people. But you're going as Lele's father. Don't neglect the child because of business talks. Don't worry. Today, my first identity is Lele's dad. Haha, President Yi. Thanks for taking time to bring the kid today. You're too kind, President Li. Lele had a great time too. That's what matters most, President Yi. Actually, the reason I invited you today, besides Xuanbao's birthday, there's another matter. The Shui Group is currently publicly seeking planning and joint operation teams for the downtown Chengnan commercial plot. They're openly looking for planning and joint operation teams. Next week, we'll hold a project briefing. This is the invitation to the bidding briefing. Shui Group welcomes Xianjing Media and Xiao Group to participate in the bid. President Yi, Shui Group only cares about strength. This invitation only gives you eligibility for the project briefing and a reasonable bidding timeline. Ultimately, whether you win the project depends on whether the joint proposal from your two companies impresses the review committee. We don't guarantee any bid outcome. Rest assured, President Li, as long as there's a fair bidding platform, Xianjing and Xiao Group will absolutely deliver the most sincere professional proposal. Here, give this to you first. Thank you, Lele haha. Charlotte's calling now. Brother Xian just got word from the industry think tank. That Chengnan project we're bidding on seems to have hit a snag on Xiao Group's side. Rumor has it Xiao Group's had some trouble. Rumor has it the core budget Xiao Group prepared for this project has already been leaked to competitor Tianhai Media. They've already gotten hold of it. Got it. This isn't a simple leak. It's a mole inside Xiao Group at work. I've been preparing for this project for months, but funding and investment attraction are still tough. Yuhan. This is the bid invitation for Shui Group's Chengnan project. They're looking for a joint operation team. They're looking for a joint operations team. Shui Corporation's bidding invitation. This qualification is hard to get in the industry. Xiao Corporation has absolute advantages in commercial real estate development and financial planning, and Xianjing can make up for Xiao's shortcomings in brand packaging and online investment attraction. I propose both companies form a joint team and participate in the bid together. You handle development and finance. I handle branding and investment attraction. We cooperate according to normal market rules and split the profits proportionally. Good. This complementary joint plan will greatly increase the bid winning rate. Let's verify the core data right away. Something's off. The bottom line data on this budget sheet only appeared in last week's closed-door meeting of Xiao's top management. But I just checked. The tentative price that competitors leaked to the public. The tentative price that competitors leaked to the public. Their numbers are extremely precise, running exactly along our bottom line. This top-secret budget sheet has already fallen into the hands of competitors. Yuhan, Gu Ranran just contacted me. She said she has clues about the mole in Xiao Corporation. I'm planning to go see her. She's under investigation now. Contacting you at this time definitely comes with conditions. I know. I'll have lawyer Lee from the legal department accompany me. Choose a public area with surveillance. And record everything. Rest assured. Good. Don't act rashly after getting the clues. We'll verify them when we get back. Good. Gu Ranran, my lawyer is here. Recording is on. If you have any clues, just say it. Xian, before, he asked me to approach you deliberately. The startup capital for Shun Yuhui's fake project was also transferred through Xiao's related accounts by Vice President Zhao. Through Xiao's related accounts. I have a recording of Vice President Zhao instructing me to do something. It contains evidence of him leaking company secrets. Xian, as long as you sign to withdraw the civil lawsuit for the 5 million yuan penalty, I'll hand over this USB drive to you. Impossible. That 5 million is the hard-earned money of Xianjing employees. There's no room for any private deal. If the evidence in your hands proves you were following orders, you should hand it over to the investigators and seek leniency. Don't you want to know the truth? To whom should the evidence be given? Who decides the responsibility? That's a matter of law and procedure. I'm just asking you not to add more lawsuits. No matter what method you use, drag Ye Xuan's capital chain to collapse. And the medical balance from the accident 8 years ago, I've already smoothed over. Ye Xuan must forget it completely. President Xiao, President Yi to go see Gu Ranran this afternoon. But rest assured, President Yi went with lawyer Lee from the legal department. And they went with lawyer Lee from the legal department. And they chose a coffee shop with surveillance. I heard the whole thing was recorded. I see. President Xiao, since President Yi brought a lawyer, it shows he was on guard. Why do you still seem unhappy? I'm not unhappy because he went to see Gu Ranran. It's because he habitually faces risks alone again. That mysterious person, since he could infiltrate Xiao's capital chain, his methods are definitely dirty. Going alone like that is too risky. Yuhan, today is my birthday. Why do you look so preoccupied? We've been classmates for so many years. Tell me honestly, is the pressure from Xiao's South City project too great? The project is one thing. But mainly, I recently uncovered some internal problems in the company, which involve old matters from 8 years ago. Sorry, traffic was a bit heavy. I'm late. Yutong, happy birthday. Yuhan, you don't look well. If it's because Ye Xuan made you angry again, you can always come to me to talk. Dr. Wang, thank you for your concern. But this is my family matter. I can handle it myself. Yuhan. In the recording Gu Ranran handed over, there's something about the accident 8 years ago. I have to tell you in person. Yuan. Actually, all these years, I've never been able to let you go. Ye Xuan doesn't understand you at all. She can't give you real security and understanding. Dr. Wang, you've had too much to drink. I'm not drunk. You clearly know how I feel. I've been doing my best for Leilei's treatment too. I just hope you can give yourself a chance to choose again. Wang Yiheng, you were Leilei's past counselor, and also my university alumni. I'm grateful for your help in the past, but you cannot use your professional relationship and friend status to interfere with my marriage. My family Only I can decide how to choose. You're right. I admit I had personal prejudice against Ye Xuan. I will voluntarily withdraw from all future treatment for Lele. Transition. Wish you happiness. Yuhan. Is the gathering almost over? I'm here to take you home. Wait. Wait, I forgot my jacket. Go ahead. Ye Xuan, you win. She's more rational and determined than I imagined. Feelings are not a competition. There's no winning or losing. But as a husband, I won't give him the chance to face pressure alone again. As a final compensation, I'll give you a free clue. 8 years ago, on the day you had a car accident and were sent to the affiliated hospital, I happened to be interning in the ER. I clearly remember seeing Vice President Zhao of Chow Corporation in the ER lobby. Yuhan. This afternoon, I want to see Gu Ranran. She handed over this recording of Vice President Zhao's call. The recording confirms that the startup capital for Shen Yuhui's fake project was secretly transferred through Qiao's related accounts by Vice President Zhao. He deliberately set a trap to drain my capital chain. He wanted to use your crisis to consume Qiao's resources and eventually force me out. Not only that, in the recording, Vice President Zhao also mentioned my accident 8 years ago. He said he had already smoothed over the medical balance and had to make me forget it completely. And Wang Yuhan just told me that on the day of my car accident 8 years ago, Vice President Zhao was at the hospital. Vice President Zhao was at the hospital. It was such a big matter. Why didn't you tell me this afternoon? You just want to see Gu Ranran alone with a lawyer. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get the evidence as soon as possible, without distracting you. Ye Xuan, what scares me most is not Gu Ranran, nor Vice President Zhao, but you making decisions behind my back again. I understand. Protection doesn't mean making choices for you. I promise. From now on, anything involving Chow Corporation or the family, we decide together. Face together. Tomorrow morning, we'll go to the company. I want to thoroughly review the abnormal approval permissions in the financial line. You bring the lawyer, and we'll check Xiao's funds together. And the files on the accident 8 years ago. Good. It's time for Vice President Zhao to pay the price. It's been investigated. It's been investigated. Vice President Zhao has not only been providing confidential information about the Leifang South City project to Shen Yuhui's related companies for a long time, but even the high medical expenses after your car accident 8 years ago were paid by a consulting company under his control. He used Gu Ranran to get close to me, and through Shen Yuhui, offer me high-risk projects. When I lose emotional control and the capital chain breaks, funding chain snapped, it'll naturally keep dragging you down. He went through all that trouble just to force the Qiao family board to lose trust in you. So they replace management. The evidence is solid. Call the cops now? No, we can't. That'll tip him off. Vice President Zhao has been with the company for years. If we go after him directly, his network of interests might destroy more core data or even halt several ongoing projects. Luna, notify IT immediately. Secretly back up all server data. Also, quietly freeze the approval authority for the 3 related accounts under VP Zhao. Also, contact the head of the third-party audit firm and the compliance representative on the board. I want him nailed through internal procedures. My permissions are frozen. That girl's fast. Oldly, things have changed. He's crazy. He's diverting funds from the South City project. We need to act now. Call an emergency board meeting. President Xiao, VP Zhao, and 5 shareholders jointly petitioned to start an emergency board meeting scheduled for 3 p.m. The agenda is to remove you as CEO. Cornered rats will bite. Let him see who really runs the boardroom. He's out his league. Dear shareholders, given the urgency, this is the latest financial risk assessment for the South City commercial plot. President Xiao. To cover the mess her husband's company made, the South City project's cash flow is now critically strained. As a longtime member of Qiao's Corp, I can't stand by and watch the company's foundation be destroyed. I move to suspend Qiao Yuhan as CEO immediately and let the board take over the South City project. If these numbers are real, Qiao's cash flow really is in danger. President Qiao, you need to explain. Vice President Zhao, where did your report's data come from? Why wasn't it reviewed and signed by the CFO? This was an urgent check. No time for the normal process. Since you want real data, then take a look. These are the detailed fund flows for the South City project, compiled this morning by Qiao's finance department. Every single expense is clearly accounted for. There's no such thing as covering a personal debt hole. Not only that, to ensure data impartiality, I have already requested the board's compliance department to bring in a third-party audit. Until the audit results are out, I demand that any vote on management changes be suspended. President Yi, the evidence of fund flows from Shun Yuhui's related companies, along with documents showing VP Zhao's suspected conflict of interest, have been sent online to President Qiao's assistant Luna. Good, no rush. Let Yuhan lead the front. Once we're on the scene, we'll just provide third-party evidence. In addition, President Qiao, you're just stalling. Dear shareholders, let's vote by show of hands now. Dear board members, this is the urgent verification result, just sent by the third-party audit firm, along with the evidence report received by the compliance department regarding VP Zhao's suspected professional misconduct. This is a setup. Xiao Yuhan, to keep your position, you forged the compliance department's report. Vice President Zhao, the third-party audit firm, is an independent body recognized by the board. The compliance department's report is also based on solid electronic transfer evidence, what was just shown on screen. Our records of VP Zhao over the past 3 months, violating standard procedures to approve abnormal fund flows to external non-cooperative accounts. As for the South City project, Qiao's cash flow is perfectly healthy. We've already prepared a complete risk isolation plan. It's by no means a black hole. President Qiao, President Yi of Xianjing Media has been waiting outside as a third-party evidence provider, asking to come in. Let him in. Greetings, board members. I'm Ye Xuan from Xianjing Media, our legal department. While handling the Eternal Capital breach case, followed the trail and found supplementary evidence. The documents include fund flow exchanges between Eternal Capital's Shun Yuhui's related companies and certain hidden accounts of Qiao's Corp. Additionally, there's an audio recording provided by relevant personnel. Evidence shows that VP Zhao has long exploited information gaps to funnel Qiao's trade secrets into sham projects. Old Zhao, you really have been undermining the company. You're gambling with Qiao's century-old legacy. Based on the current serious misconduct suspicion, as the CEO of Qiao's group, I formally propose to the board to immediately suspend all duties and system permissions of Vice President Zhao and launch a full external special audit. The parts suspected of illegality shall be transferred to judicial procedures. Seconded, must investigate thoroughly. Ye Xuan, do you really think remembering those 8 years is a good thing for you? Mr. Yi, based on your old records from 8 years ago and recent tests, the results are basically clear. The car accident 8 years ago caused a head injury and a short-term memory cognition disorder. Your recent fainting spell triggered a relapse, causing retrograde amnesia. Your cognition is stuck at age 21. Then can he recover the memory of these 8 years? This is dissociative amnesia. As nerve compression eases and familiar environments stimulate, some memories may gradually recover. This is dissociative amnesia. Some memories may gradually recover. Ye Xuan, do you really think remembering those 8 years is a good thing for you? Brother Yi, this is Eternal Capital's President Shun. President Shun has nothing but sure-win major projects. Young people should get close. The future will be limitless. Xian, we had so many years in college. You can't even help me with this small favor? As long as you sign, I could get that endorsement deal. Please help me. What are you crying about? So annoying. Can you just give me some peace? Daddy, don't break my toys. Laylay's scared. The penalty payment is almost due. Tomorrow I'll cash out my personal investment first to cover his debt hole. Sign it, as long as it helps that ungrateful son pay off his debt and doesn't drag Yuhan and the kid down. Wherever we old folks live isn't the issue. This is a sin, a real sin we've committed. It wasn't someone else occupying my body. All those horrible things, I did them myself. They took advantage of my urgent need for cash. But every wrong decision. In the end, it was my own hand that signed. Yuhan. I remember now. I remember everything from these 8 years. This is the divorce agreement I've already signed. I always blamed others. But now I know the hurt is real. I won't use Laylay. Or say I've changed to tie you down. Whether to continue this marriage is entirely your decision. The hurt is real. But your attitude in taking responsibility lately is also real. Ye Xuan, let's give each other 6 months. Not to go back to the past, but as 2 mature adults, to get to know each other again. After 6 months, we'll make the final decision. Okay. Daddy, you promised this morning to take me and Mommy to that new pizza place. Does that still count? From now on, it counts. Dad keeps his word. Regarding Zhao Mao's alleged corporate espionage and embezzlement, relevant evidence has been formally accepted. Enter judicial proceedings.